to another episode of Game Time, presented this week by New Senda Credit Union. I'm JP Murrieta, and this week we're at Rio Grande High School, home of the Ravens and their cross-country team, and head coach Daniel Huron. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about this year's group. We know they're enthusiastic. We know we have one at least runner with a really loud, booming voice. What kind of team do you have?
We got an excellent team. We've grown massively over the past year. We put in a lot of work over the summer. We're working real hard over the season. And more than anything, we got a group that's passionate about what they do. We got a group that shows up to practice every day, wants to get better, wants to improve themselves, wants to be competitive. And it's a group that just is really special to us.
How have you been able to grow those numbers? You have a large group, larger than Rio Grande has had at cross country in quite a while. They're very enthusiastic. How have you been able to grow that culture?
Well, you know, we know the kids, they're wanting to be challenged, right? And we presented them with that challenge, with that opportunity to succeed. And they've really embraced that, right? And we haven't hid the ball ever. We've never told anybody that it's an easy sport. We've never told anybody that there's going to be guaranteed success, but we've challenged them to go out and be successful, to go out and find their own success. And they've been the ones that embrace that. And as we've been successful, we've been able to continue to grow that success. And other people want to be a part of a successful organization. So it's been exponential the way we've been able to grow. And
watching you this past weekend at the Rio Rancho Jamboree, you're not only very enthusiastic, but very encouraging. And from what I understand at practice, you're also involved with them out on the trails and the course as well. Is that right?
That is right, yes.
What keeps you going with these kids and driving you to keep running and building this program every day?
I love what I do. I love running, I love coaching, and you know, I was blessed to have a lot of good role models that went out and ran with me and encouraged me. And so there's that side of it, but then it also helps me as a coach be more involved, right? I know what they're feeling because I'm feeling it as well, right? And so if I show up one day and I'm sore at practice, I know they're probably a little bit sore too because they've done the same work I have. But it's just a really good way for us to get out there as coaches and motivate them, us to get out there and show them the right techniques, the right way to succeed. And it's good for me as well. It's good for me to be involved in that.
What'd you get out of the Rio Rancho Jamboree, which is kind of a big precursor to the state meet in a couple weeks?
Yeah, we were really successful out there at the Jamboree. We had a lot of really good performances out there, a lot of big confidence boosts as well. And we get an opportunity to race against a lot of teams that we don't get to race usually. Because we're an APS school, we race against a lot of APS schools. So to go out there and compete at a high level against a lot of athletes that we're not used to competing against, it was really good. And we had a lot of big confidence boosts. We had 2 top 10 finishes, one from the boys and one from the girls. And so to be able to continue that narrative of Rio Grande as being successful, that was an important move for us to be able to show people that we're on a big stage and we're competing at a high level.
How do you gauge success with this group and this team?
Success is different for everybody, right? And so for one athlete, maybe success means winning a race, getting a top 10 finish. For another, maybe it means building some confidence, getting into shape, making new friends out here. And both of those are equally important to us. So that's why we have both aspects of we are working hard, we're challenging each other, but it's also a team, it's a community out here. And we value all forms of success, right? We want everybody to be successful out here, but understanding that individual success is going to be different for everybody. And we believe that you know, the same coaching process of hard work, consistency, dedication is going to build success in all different areas.
Do you have a motto or a phrase or anything that kind of drives this group this year?
What do you guys think?
Too easy.
Too easy.
Too easy? Where does that come from?
You know what? They've really embraced that idea of when we work hard, we can still work harder, right? And so a lot of times we'll get through a hard workout and I'll ask everybody how they're doing and they're saying, Coach, that was too easy. And even though we're dead tired and we're on the ground and we're crawling back home, they're excited for more and they want more and they want to continue to push themselves.
All right, well, this interview was too easy. Good, successful program, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Game Time after this.
Are you living the life of an athlete? The New Mexico Activities Association brings you Life of an Athlete, a resource for students, educators, and parents to understand the challenges students face. Athletes, one night of drinking will negatively affect your athletic performance for 2 weeks, and athletes who drink or do drugs are twice as likely to get injured. Alcohol's effects can reduce a high school athlete's potential by as much as 20 to 30%. Are you living the life of an athlete? Log on to the website to find out today.
Hi, my name is Robert from Rio Grande. Welcome back to Game Time.
Welcome back to Game Time, presented this week by Nusenda Credit Union. Can you believe half of the football regular season is already over? 5 weeks in the books. That is tough to believe. But before we look on to week 6, let's take a look back at some of the standout highlights and performances.
Let's start in Class 6A, where the La Cueva Bears beat Farmington 45-13. Cam Dyer threw 3 TD passes. The Bears are unbeaten and take on West Mesa this week. Centennial also remains perfect on the season after a 35-13 win against Carlsbad. Zayden Davis accounted for 3 touchdowns and over 250 yards of offense in the win. The Hawks are on a bye until they take on Alamogordo. The Manzano Monarchs improved to 4-1 overall with a 40-20 win against Portales. Quarterback James Vautier threw 3 scores in the win. Manzano will meet up with Chaparral next. The Los Lunas Tigers won their 3rd straight game in a 54-21 victory over West Mesa. Los Lunas has a bye this week until they face Albuquerque High on October 4th. Lovington's Matthew Prudencio threw 4 touchdowns in their 46-6 win over Goddard last week. Top-ranked Lovington hosts defending state champ Artesia in a big matchup this week. Artesia won a high-scoring game against Gadsden last week, 57-34. Trent England caught 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. Artesia is 3-2 on the year. Roswell went on the road and beat Deming in a district matchup 51-20. Jacob Palomino broke off a 71-yard score in the third quarter. Roswell improves to 3-1 on the year and has a date with Santa Teresa this week. Espanola Valley continues to rack up win after win. The Sun Devils rushed for over 330 yards in their 27-7 win against Moriarty. The victory sets up a huge matchup this week as unbeaten Espanola Valley will meet up with undefeated Bernalillo. Bloomfield quarterback Blake Spencer threw for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns and ran for a 5th in their 53-0 win against Aztec. The Bobcats host house this week. West Las Vegas quarterback C.J. Perea set a new school record with his 70th career touchdown toss. The Dons shut out Santa Rosa 42-0. Perea also surpassed the 7,000-yard mark for his career. The 3-2 Dons have their toughest test of the year so far when they take on Texaco this week. Legacy Academy quarterback Lorenzo Cedillo Urban threw 4 touchdowns and ran for another in their 54-0 win against McCurdy. The Silverbacks are undefeated and have a bye before starting district play against Raton. Robertson remains unbeaten with a 49-7 win over Raton. Jesse James Gonzalez threw for 4 more scores. The Cardinals take on Tularosa this week. Hope Christian put up a 62-12 win over Estancia, but listen to these numbers from Hope Christian quarterback R.J. Montoya. He threw for 7 touchdowns and rushed for 2 more. Montoya accounted for 9 scores on the game. The Huskies are 2-3 on the year and host Santa Fe Indian School this week.
Hi, my name is Samuel Barona Hurtado from Rio Grande High School. Check out the football polls.
Ashley Cortez from Rio Grande High School, and we'll be back with more game time after this.
At Jiffy Lube, we car about cars. In fact, we're kind of obsessed. It's why we've been taking car business with quick quality service for over 40 years.
Are you saying car?
That's right, Claire. And with things like our Carful Vehicle Review, where our experts check, fill, inspect, and clean your vehicle, you'll know we'll car for your car like we car for our own. Some people think it's just an oil change. Who cars? We do. We car.
You mean care.
Exactly. Jiffy Lube. Car more.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail. Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously. Yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials across the country because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to Game Time, presented this week by Nusenda Credit Union. Last season, Las Cruces claimed the Class 5A state volleyball crown. But this November, don't be surprised if there's a severe weather warning.
Class 5A volleyball teams should take notice of a storm on the horizon.
Oh my gosh, this is such a competitive group. I feel like we're just full of so much talent and so much competitiveness. It's really fun to play. There's a lot of chemistry.
Well, we had a great summer. We played 3 weeks before, like the season started, and we won all the tournaments that we went to. So we knew we had the talent. We're just trying to figure out, when talent has desire, if that desire's there, and we figured that out pretty fast that it is. And so now we're just trying to refine some skills to kind of, take us through the rest of the season.
The Cleveland Storm has only lost 1 game in their last 5 matches, and that includes a 3-0 sweep of traditional power La Cueva to win the Albuquerque Metro Championships for the very first time.
That's just a goal of ours every year when we write our goals down. It is always like at the top of our list. It's like be Metro champs and win state, And so to finally do it, and like for me personally, that was the first time that I've been at Cleveland that we've beaten La Cueva.
We've been talking about it since my freshman year, probably before that. But it was just a really big deal. It felt like we really accomplished one of our biggest goals, and it was very satisfying. It was really, really an amazing experience. I think we all wanted it really bad. We worked really hard for it, and it was honestly probably one of my top moments in my volleyball career so far.
Coming around on a slide is Hefner.
Cleveland has 5 seniors, including Kelsey Hefner, who committed to play at Sacramento State.
Try to get a kill when I can, get blocks, be big, be scary if you will. Yeah, and I feel like that's my role.
It's not normal to have a person in the middle that's like your go-to player, right? It's usually the left pin, and she's just been that person for us, like we try to find her and get her the ball as much as we can.
The Storm will compete in the upcoming Rio Rancho Volley Bash tournament with a who's who of top teams.
We'll have Cruces, we'll have La Cueva, we have Los Lunas, we have Albuquerque, we have Pius from 4A. It's just like, I feel like that's gonna be our approach. It's kind of gonna be like our litmus test to see like exactly where we're at this time and where we can upgrade to kind of push us into district and then into state.
Cleveland last reached the state final in 2021, but they haven't won it all since 2012. Lifting the blue trophy is definitely a topic of conversation.
Oh yeah, we talk about it every day.
We definitely talk about it. That is something we definitely talk about in this gym, but it's not without a lot of hard work, and it's not without a lot of things that have to happen beforehand. But I think all of these girls really have that common goal that we all want to win, and that's really fun. That's a really fun environment to be in.
We know we match up. We just know that when it comes down to it, we have to execute. And if we execute, we know that it's just going to be a battle to 25.
I think we have a really good chance this year. And I'm really excited because it's probably the best chance we've had since my freshman year. And that's always been a goal, so hopefully we can accomplish that.
Consider this a storm warning that could arrive in mid-November.
The Rio Rancho Volley Bash starts on Friday. We started the episode this week with cross country, and we're going to wrap things up with the long distance runners as well. Here's some highlights from the championship division of the Rio Rancho Jamboree.
I started my season a little late at UNM around 15:01. I was all right with that. I know I could go faster, but I had trained a lot, high intensity, high mileage for a while, trying to push back the peak till later this year. And UNM was all right. I don't know what happened today, but we're not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna keep running for joy and maintain that attitude of gratitude and keep improving.
It was good. I just tried to surge the uphills, surge the downhills, you too. And then in the last 600, about when we started to go downhill, I really started to pick it up. And then I went as hard as I could when we were going around the turn. But it was a good race.
That's going to do it for another episode of Game Time, presented this week by Nusenda Credit Union. Thanks for watching this week, and make sure you tune in next week, because you never know where we're going to be, who we're going to talk to, but you do know the place to find the most high school highlights is right here. We'll see you next time on Game Time.